So today we're revisiting a topic that drives our actions and our behavior. We're talking about the confidence consistency cycle. You guys remember that? We did that. We're doing a little deeper dive because it is one of those keystone principles that we really need to understand if we're going to set ourselves up for success. Hey, this is Dr. Dwain Woode. Welcome back to my 100-day walk to consistency. We are on day number 45. We are looking at this again because it is so pinnacle to the things that we do. Consistency and confidence. We're going to unlock this duo and find out how we can go about setting ourselves up for success. Remember, consistency is our superpower, and each day we're adding a new piece to the puzzle in our ability to be successful and in our ability to set ourselves up for our best health possible. So we'll see you on the walk. All right, so we're talking about this cycle, this duo of consistency and confidence. And, we spent some time talking about this cycle in one of our very first sessions or episodes. And I wanted to revisit this because I find for me, and even as I talk to clients, talk to patients, the place that they find the most difficulty is because they may have some issue with their confidence. Now, here's the thing. A lot of us are able to function and actually do quite well in maybe our jobs, or maybe even in some of our relationships. But can you imagine what benefits we would gain, what power we would have, what success we would have if we are able to adequately get this consistency confidence cycle going? And even if it's some doubt in one of the procedures that you have, or one of the tasks that you do, or one of the small relationships you have, that's a place where we can have improvement. When we are able to have consistency, when we're able to have confidence, they play off of each other and they set us up for tremendous success. And so the reason that we are revisiting this is because I've had a lot of people say to me as we're talking that my confidence is where I have issues. If my confidence was better, I would not have the issues I have when it comes to imposter syndrome. If my confidence was better, I would go for that job. If my confidence was better, I would believe that that relationship could be improved. And because that's the problem, because our confidence is low, then it trickles and it falls into so many other areas of our lives. And that sets us up for difficulty. Okay? So confidence, consistency, confidence, consistency. So let's first talk by unpacking what confidence is. And confidence is really that thing that's inside of us that drives us despite the times when we are unsure. All right? Let me say it again. It's that thing that's inside of us. So even when you don't know when the future holds, you know that, well, I've done some stuff in the past that I've been successful at. I may not know this thing, but I know that I could figure it out because I have confidence in my ability. That's why you have seen or heard in the news where some CEO is hired and they know nothing about the product. They know nothing about the company. And when I say know nothing, it's not that they haven't researched, but that's not their area. But they have the ability to take a company and to turn that company around. And so whether it's financial growth, whether it's expansion into different territories, whether it's acquisition of another product or another company, that person has shown that they have the skills that are necessary to put this together. And so when they step into that space, They're like, well, I don't really know anything about cars. I don't know anything about building. I don't know anything about this other thing over here, but I sure know how the different departments are supposed to work together. I know how the marketing is supposed to go. I know how to do projections. I know how to put a team together. I know how to bring resources together. And so I'm confident, not about this thing, but I'm confident in my ability. And so my ability says to me, you've done things before. You've done things like this before. And even if you've not done things like this before, you're able to learn and to eventually get success. Does that make sense? So the confidence is that. It deepens, so confidence, right, deepens your belief in your own abilities. So when you're confident, you're like, okay, and this is not, maybe it is cocky. You can be cocky. It's like, I got this, okay? I remember one of the very last games that Michael Jordan played, and you may remember it. He's on the bench, and they're literally pouring fluids into him. They may have had oxygen. I don't know if they had oxygen, but I know they were pouring fluids into him, and he is not feeling well. And they put him on the court. And the idea is, we don't care what you do. This is the conversation. But you got to get the ball into Michael's hands, right? You can dribble, you can box out, you can cross up, whatever you're going to do. But what we want to do is we want to get that ball into Michael's hands. And when Michael gets the ball, come on now. When Michael gets the ball, right, the confidence that he exudes, you got to go back and watch that game, right? It's not that Michael's never missed a shot, right? In fact, if you talk to him when he did an interview, he said, I've missed more shots than I made, but I keep trying. And because he keeps trying, he is confident in his ability. If you get this ball in my hands, the likelihood that I make this shot is very high because I have confidence in me. I have confidence in my ability, okay? Confidence is the way that you build and you work through actions, things that you do, not just through wishes. Let me say that again. Confidence is not just a wishful thinking that, yeah, I can do that. I'm confident in my ability to do that. No, you have a procedure, you have a process that you go through that has built your confidence in your abilities. Because I can wake up and say, I'm confident that I can climb this tree right here. Maybe I can, I'm not sure. Right? But if I've never climbed trees, then that confidence is wishful thinking. Now, let me go back to a comment I made before about having a CEO that's never done a particular thing in a particular area. That's not necessarily what I'm talking about with this tree, right? You don't have to have done that particular thing in order to be confident in your ability, but you have to have a procedure that you go through when you encounter a task. And if you're able to do that, if you follow that procedure at each course, then your ability to follow through is increased. And that is where the confidence comes in. I'm confident in my ability to research, to do, to put together, and to plan. Okay? So this is not just wishful thinking. This is something that's based in concrete and practical thoughts. Okay? Now, there are so many comments that I can make there. There is a place of visualization. There's a place for belief. There's a place, it's in your desire to believe in yourself. But remember that just wishful thinking is not what we're talking about. We're talking about putting the time in, putting the work in, so that when you say, I'm confident in my ability, it is based on fact, okay? All right. And then each small step, remember, each small step that you do sets you up for success. So that if you do something successfully, then your belief that you could do something else successfully increases. If I do this and I have a process, then I can do that. If I do that and I have a process, I could do the other thing. Okay? I was talking to someone recently, and let me see, who was that I was talking to? And they were telling me about the process that they go through. And to be honest, I had to look at some of the things that I did, because I am pretty successful in many of the things I do, but imagine the confidence that comes with being able to simply take an idea and plug it into my process and have the product, have the result, have the program, have the episode, have the show notes, the blog, the podcast, whatever it is, have that pop out on the other side, right? Then my confidence goes up and my ability to do more goes up. Because once I'm confident in my ability, then I can look at the things around me. I can become more efficient at what I'm doing. Okay? So you think that, man, I can't get up in the morning because I love to sleep too much and I'm not getting up to walk. But you say, you know what? I'm going to put the time in to develop the habit, develop the behavior. That's what this 100-day walk to consistency is talking about. I'm putting the time in that I need to be able to now say confidently that, yeah, this is what I do. This is the person I'm creating. Remember, each thing that you do is creating a version of yourself. And so every time, every step that you put in, that's one additional block in the building that you're making, whatever that's going to be. Right? And the blocks we put in are very important. Okay? So that's understanding understanding confidence. Understanding confidence. So what is the importance of confidence? Right? So we understand what confidence is. What is this importance? Well, confidence frees us from the shackles of doubt, and it frees us from fear. I said to my family recently, we had a Zoom meeting. There are 6 kids plus my mom. And I made a comment to them recently that there are a lot of things that we have not done, individually or collectively as a family, because of fear, because of doubt, because we're not sure how that's going to work out. Now, there are some things that we talked about. There's some plans that we made, and it's been years now. And the plans have not come to fruition because there are things that we didn't do because we were afraid. Now, imagine what would have happened, right? Flash forward now, years later. Suppose we had done it and it didn't work. We could have tried something else. We had enough time to try it, find out it didn't work, come up with a different plan, come up with a different procedure, maybe think of doing something totally different. But we didn't do it because of fear or because of doubt, and now time is gone. The time is going to go by anyway, right? But now we are, quote unquote, that much farther behind because we didn't do it. So your ability to be successful does not dictate whether you should try something, right? We try it. And every time we try, every time we go about putting the effort, we are building a more confident person. Because even in our failure, now we understand what things are not going to work. Now notice that. And I forgot who it was that said, I don't fail, I either succeed or I learn. I forgot who said that. Right, but I heard that recently. Right? So I don't fail. I either succeed at what I'm trying, what I want to do, or I learn from that. So even in that, I'm building confidence, because the confidence says that I know where the landmines are now. Okay? So people who have been places before, that's why coaches are so important. Right? Because those coaches are, if you have a good coach, they're coaching you from a place of experience. Right? Either they've been there, a mentor, for example. Either they've been there or they've had other people who've been there, and they understand where the pitfalls are. They understand how to do things efficiently. Okay? So the importance, it frees you from doubt, it frees you from fear. It allows you to initiate actions. All right? It allows you to initiate actions and persevere through challenges. Oh, yeah. So when I'm confident, I'm starting out, I'm initiating. And when things go sideways, or things don't go the way I think they should go, or the way that I've planned that they would go, I am not then stressed and giving up, because I'm still confident that I'm gonna be able to figure this out. I'm still confident that I'm gonna be able to do this. I'm still confident in my ability, right? And so we are building, right, the consistency part, we're coming there in a minute, we're building a pattern of behavior that supports consistency, or supports confidence, because we're doing little things now and then and now and then and over and over, and it becomes a pattern that now, okay, this is what we do. We walk for 45 days. We walk for 100 days. We walk for 30 days. We manage our blood sugars. We improve our health. We get good sleep. We drink our water. Whatever the health goal you have, we're losing weight. And now we're confident in our ability to be able to do that. Okay? It also helps us make tough decisions. Tough decisions, it allows us to face our fears and keep moving forward. It allows us to do that even when we're tempted to give up. Now, I'm gonna say to you, right, and you probably had that even during this series that we've been working on. There are days where I'm like, okay, it's cold outside. Like today, it's a little colder. You could probably tell it's a little colder than it's been. And so my hands right now, as I'm holding this gimbal, right, for this camera, my hands are cold. Yeah. But I'm confident in my ability to do this. I'm confident in the success I'm going to get. I'm confident in my plan, that this is a plan that's worthwhile, that this is a plan that is beneficial, that this is a plan that is going to be successful. Okay? Okay, so it allows us to keep going even when things are tough and when things don't seem to be heading in the direction that we think they should be. Okay? So the benefits of confidence, of building confidence, are immense. And so, we can go through the list of so many things in terms of the different areas of your life that your confidence in one area will open up and support. All right, so confidence is like it's one of those keystone habits that gives you that domino effect, because it attaches to so many different areas. Okay, so it enhances decision-making skills, it improves your problem-solving skills. You're able to think out of the box now because you don't feel like you have to follow that particular procedure, because you're able to now think outside the box, because you're confident in your thought process. You're confident in your ability to be successful. It improves your problem solving. It strengthens your interpersonal skills and relationships. Oh man, this is a good one, right? So imagine what a person who is confident looks like. See, should I walk? I'm gonna go back over here. Imagine what a person who's confident looks like. They walk a little taller, right? They speak with more authority. They exude positivity because they're confident. And who doesn't want to be around a person like that, right? Rather than a person who does not believe in themselves, right? They're always doubting. They're always naysaying. They're always having challenges that stem from their inability to believe in their capacity. Okay? So when you are confident, oh yeah, you exude that, and people want to be around you. And you're able to be more lenient or give more grace. They're doing some construction down there, so I'm gonna turn around. You're able to allow more grace to people around you because you don't have to use that relationship to build your confidence, because you've already got confidence. You come to the relationship with confidence. And so someone does something that maybe they did do something that wasn't right or wrong, and they hurt your feelings or whatever it is, but because your confidence, your self-worth is not built into that relationship, you're able to give some grace and say, okay, let's talk through this, because this is what is going on. This is what I see. This is what I understand. Is this what you really meant? And you may find out that they did really mean that, and then you got to deal with that. But if not, you jump off the handle simply because you lack confidence in your ability, and that shows up in the relationship. All right, man, this is good stuff right here. Right? It's good stuff. Okay, when we feel confident, we project more assurance. Okay. So
time 23 minutes.
Let's talk about
51
that.
seconds.
Confidence,
total
consistency.
distance 1.0
So,
miles. Average
confidence
pace,
doesn't
23
just come.
minutes.
It's not something
50 seconds
that we're
per
necessarily
mile.
born with.
Split pace
It is
23
something that
minutes.
develops
50 seconds
over time,
per mile.
based on our experiences, based on the places where we are, based on our upbringing, based on the opportunities we've had, based on the challenges that we've had. Now, one of the things I heard recently, and I really had to change a couple of the things that I did, was someone, I forgot what podcast I was listening to, and the speaker said that sometimes we raise children that are emotional wimps, is what he said. And I was like, what are you talking about? And so he said that we often treat our kids with good intentions, right? We treat them as though they don't have capacity to problem solve, or they don't have intelligence to problem solve, or they don't have the ability to be resilient if something doesn't go their way. And what he was saying, and I want you to think about it, there are a lot of times where we will do something for our kids because we don't want them to be hurt. We don't want them to have any discomfort. And so we do it, we fix it, we research it, we help them. One of the most exciting things for me recently is that my son was helping me in my studio. So we repainted, we redecorated my studio. And in the middle of it, he says, "Hey, Daddy, can we paint my room?" And I said, "Sure." Okay. And what I was tempted to do was to go find the colors and figure out what to put in his room. I said, "Sure." And I just left it at that. And so he comes back and he says, "Okay, I figured out which colors I want." And I said, "Okay." So we went to the big box store. We actually bought the colors he wanted, and we went home and we tried it on a little piece of the wall. He said, "Oh, I don't like that. Can we change it?" I said, "Sure." Now, we had paid money for the other paint, but that's okay. So he wanted his room painted one color, the bathroom painted a different color. So we did that together, and I actually made him paint most of it. The trim, I'm not a painter, so the trim maybe didn't come out quite as like we thought it was going to come out. But we put that together. We did it. We had to go back and we had to, do some touch-ups. And then he had these lights that he wanted to put up, some LED lights. So we put them, we string them around the ceiling. He wanted some lights under his bed. We rearranged his furniture in his bed. We took some stuff out. And he's doing all this because I'm telling him, okay, what do you want to do next? What do you want to do next? What do you want this to look like? So we finally finished all of that. And then he wanted to, we wanted to put some stuff on the wall, right? So he has this jersey that he got from one of his favorite teams. He wanted to put it in a shadow box and put it on the wall. And so we ordered it, and it comes. He puts it in, put the jersey in, and now we got to get it on the wall. He's like, "Oh, can you put this up?" I said, "No." And so I showed him what we needed to do. We got the equipment, we got the drill, we got the hook, the anchors, and we walked through it. And so he measured it, and we put the anchors in, and we get ready to put the shadow box up. And when he went up on the ladder to put it up, he put it in the wrong place. The marks that we had made, that's not where he put the holes. And so he's like, "Oh, it's not, can you fix this?" I said, No. So we went back, we put some drywall putty on it, filled in the holes, drilled some more holes, put the anchors in, and hung it up. So here it was. He is now able to describe what we did, how we did it, the mistakes that he made, or that we made. I shouldn't say he, because I was with him. The mistake that we made, how to fix it. And so the next time he now has to put something on the wall, it doesn't have to be a shadow box. It can be anything. Now he understands. Okay? So that's what confidence does. Now, where's consistency come in? The more you do, the more confidence you will build. I'm gonna have to pause there because that's a big one. So confidence doesn't come from a single act. Like I said, we're not born with it. It's something that we develop based on our experiences. So in order to be confident, you have to have experiences. You have to put yourself out there. You have to step out of your comfort zone. A couple of shows ago, we talked about stepping out of our comfort zone, breaking out of the monotony, right? Staying out of the comfort and stepping into growth. And so for each of us, as we're talking about this confidence that we're building, the confidence is going to require that we are consistently taking time, taking steps to expand ourselves, right? And we're going to talk about that here in the challenge in just a minute. So when we talk about what are we going to do, but that's it. You have to, it is a loop. This affects that, and this in turn goes back and affects it. You have to be doing things if you're building confidence. And that's where it connects together. And that's where health comes in as well. Because if you are going to be confident in your ability to be successful with your health, to reverse your diabetes, to lose weight, to improve your metabolism by decreasing your blood pressure, by decreasing your cholesterol, right? Hyperlipidemia, by dealing with your polycystic ovarian syndrome. If you're going to do that, then you have to do things that builds your confidence in your ability to be successful. Otherwise, it is a daunting task to think of the things that might be going on in your life. Now, there's some decisions you made before that have got you into this position. There are decisions I've made that now I'm dealing with the ramifications of what I did or the decision I made. That's in the past. And our ability to be confident is despite our past. Right? The things that we've done, the things that we've learned, like we said, we either succeed or we learn. And a lot of us, we've learned some big lessons. But confidence requires training. Confidence requires consistency. Confidence requires that we do it over and over and over and over again until those neurons, those synapses begin to fire, and the myelin sheet begins to cover over the behavior. And now that neuroplasticity says that we've connected some new behaviors, some new habits, and I am consistently confident in my ability. Okay? All right. So how do we go about building this confidence consistency, or building confidence through consistency? That's it right there. We have to do it. As you've heard me say over and over, the things that are on the paper is just theory. It does not come to life until we infuse it with action. And so if we're going to build confidence through consistency, right, this is how you do it. You find something that maybe you've been avoiding, some small task, right? Set a clear goal, clear achievable goal for how you're going to deal with this thing, right? I want to run a marathon. I want to walk 4 miles. And I keep using the mile walking because we're here, right? So we're doing 20-minute miles, right? So you're going to set a goal that you're going to do 15-minute mile. You're going to set a clear goal. You're going to break it down. You're going to chunk it, right? So you're not going to go out today and do 15-minute miles, but over the course of the next 2 weeks, right? So that's my goal, what I'm going to do. I'm a 15-minute mile. My time is going to be 2 weeks, so that's time bound. It's measurable because I can look on my app. I can look at the distance I go, right? Is it specific? Yes. All right, remember SMART, S-M-A-R-T, specific, right? I'm going to be walking 15-minute mile. Is it measurable? Yep, I got my app. I've got the distance. Is it achievable? It certainly is. Is it relevant, right? It's helping with my weight. It's helping with my blood sugar. It's helping with my health. Is it time bound? Yes, I'm going to do that next couple weeks, 2 weeks. Okay? And so I'm going to take that and I'm going to begin, okay, how do I do this now? So day one, I've got to chunk it. So today, I'm going to walk my regular 15 or 20-minute mile. Tomorrow, I'm going to try to get it down to 19 minutes. And the next day, I'm going to try to get it down to 18 minutes. Notice what I'm doing. I am gradually moving in that direction. In our community, we've been fasting as a way of improving our metabolism and as a way of reversing our diabetes. And there are people who are saying, well, I can't fast for 72 hours like you do. I can't fast for 24 hours. And I said, you don't have to fast for 24 hours. Not right now. How many hours can you fast? They said 8. Well, okay. Well, this week, let's do 8. Next week, let's do 9. I said, well, that's not 25. So I know it's not 24, but we are moving in that direction, okay? So set clear, achievable goals. Begin chunking the tasks on how you're going to get there, right? So remember, it's not all or none. Every time you make a progress, you want to celebrate, right? We talked about celebrating small wins. You want to journal what you're doing so that you can look back and see what your thought processes were, what were the places that you may have had some challenges, places where you've had successes, and then you want to share it. You want to share it always, always. Community is so important, okay? So the consistency, confidence cycle, that's it right there. It is pivotal that you get this, that we get this right, because it is really the 1-2 punch in our ability to be successful. All right? All right, so well, you know, once we finish our conversation, we can't go anywhere without our challenges. So grab your journal and let's go ahead and let's talk about our challenge for today. So challenge for today, we're talking about simple, consistent confidence, right? Remember, that's what we're talking about, the confidence cycle. So 1, choose a task, just like we talked about in our last section. Choose a task that you want to complete and try to complete it by the end of today. So that means it has to be a simple task that's smart, specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound, whatever it's going to be. For example, I'm going to go walking today. Done. Or I'm going to drink a glass of water. Done. I'm going to call my mom. Done. I'm going to, whatever it is, something simple that's achievable. The time is today, by the end of today. So time bound. Is it relevant? Yes, because it is a step in the direction of consistency and confidence. Okay? So now you're going to say to yourself, oh, that's not going to do anything. But I'm going to tell you, the power of having something done is amazing. You get that dopamine rush. And so the first thing you're going to do is find that task, something simple that you're going to do, right, by the end of today. When you do it at the end of today, you're going to grab your journal, this same journal that you're writing in right now, and you are going to record it. You're going to celebrate it. You're going to put a star. You're going to put a check mark. You're going to bold it. You're going to, whatever you need to do, right, to celebrate it, right, because we're celebrating the small win. We're going to call someone and share with them that we have successfully completed this task for today. And then we're going to set ourselves another goal for tomorrow. Something small. Each time we complete something that we say we're going to do, then we become more confident in our ability and we are able to be more consistent. All right? So that's our discussion for today. I'm so excited that you joined me for day number 45 in our 100-day walk to consistency. Tomorrow, we're coming back and we're building more and more. Each day, we're building on we're building ourselves in being successful. We are putting another piece to the puzzle. Make sure that you are doing the challenges. Don't just let those happen, right? Remember, if it's theory, it's on the paper and it's on the video. But when you begin taking action, then you're infusing life into it, okay? So, as I always say, this is Dr. Dwain Woode, and I'm excited that you're here. Thank you for joining me today on day number 45. We'll see you tomorrow on day number 46 as we delve into another keystone topic that is going to set us up for success. All right, we'll see you on the walk. See you later.